Okay, kids, we're talking about nutritional myths.
Correct. And the next one is peanut butter is a health food. And, in its best form, peanut butter is actually a healthy food because peanuts are packed with monounsaturated fats and heart-healthy fats that actually help you lose weight. But here's what the ingredients of a healthy jar of peanut butter should read. Peanuts.
Right.
That's it. Just peanuts. Mm-hmm. Now, most peanut butter doesn't look like that at all. Here's what a label of Jif reduced fat creamy peanut butter spread reads like.
Reduced fat.
Peanuts, corn syrup solids, sugar, pea protein, salt, fully hydrogenated vegetable oil, mono and diglycerides, molasses, magnesium oxide, niaminoside, ferric orthophosphate, zinc oxide, copper sulfate, folic acid, and pyridoxine hypochloride. Long way from just peanuts, right? And so they put unhealthy trans fats in there, all kinds of chemical preservatives, loads of sugar, highly processed, and they destroy most of the healthy monounsaturated fats that you truly need. So find a healthy almond butter or another nut butter. Peanuts is not actually a nut, it's a legume. And so the healthier nuts out there are the tree nuts, the almonds, walnuts, cashews, those things, Brazil nuts, all of that. So stick more with those and, find you a healthy version of almond butter and choose that. And, you have to read the labels, guys. Don't look at the front. The front is where all the deceptive practices take place. You have to turn it over and look at the back. And so find you a healthy almond butter or another nut butter that doesn't contain all those additives.
What about the stores where they have the grater thing where you can just hit the button and it grinds up the peanuts? Is that pure peanuts or pure almonds?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a good choice.
It is a good choice, especially the one with almonds. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I usually just get one of the ones in the jar instead of that one, but I've gotten that one before. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's just peanuts in there.
I figured it was just peanuts.
Yeah, just almonds in there.
Okay.
And what do? You grind it up, and then do you have to add like salt or anything when you get home? You just put that on your stuff?
Yeah, you need to learn to like it without all the additives.
All the additives, okay.
That's the hard part.
Yeah. Now, the last one today is multigrain and wheat breads are better than white bread. Everybody you talk to thinks that, and we're trained to pick up the wheat bread over the white bread, and that's sort of been ingrained in our brain now for the last 20 years. But unfortunately, these
you're not going to tell me
these wheat bread labels are not credible, and the reason I'm saying that is because
Deb, you're closer to him.
Yeah.
Hit him, Deb.
Wheat bread is generally white bread colored with caramel or molasses.
Wait, what? Say that again?
Wheat bread, like if you just grab the dark wheat bread, that's usually white bread colored with caramel or molasses to give it a dark, healthy color, and it's really not at all. And so you want to look for the words, and even the one that says like multi-grain bread usually just throws in different kinds of sort of junky refined grains that have been used. So always you want to look for the words 100% whole grain on the front of the package. So that way it's not a bunch of additives and junk thrown in. So it has to say 100% whole grain on it. And if you can see the grains and the chunks of seeds and grains in the bread, it's probably better for you.
Okay.
Anything that you can actually see the grain texture and you can see the little chunks in there. You've seen bread like that, I'm sure.
Sure.
That's the healthier one because it's less refined and less processed.
As long as it's not, what do you call it, cellulose? Is that the wood chips you talked
cellulose.
about before? So make sure
cellulose.
it's not that.
Right.
Okay, so I want to be clear. Wheat bread, the right wheat bread, is indeed healthier than white bread.
Correct. And always whole grain is better than the word wheat, and wheat bread is not that much healthier than white bread. I mean, it's maybe 10% difference, but if you'll go to the 100% whole grain breads, that's even better. Now, avoiding bread and carbs completely is by far the better choice. Kind of hard to do, but definitely it's better. And so read your labels, guys, buy accordingly. And when you hear some of these nutritional myths, now you'll know the truth. And so when you go to choose your bread or you go to choose your yogurt, you can be smarter about these choices for sure. And the other thing is continue to learn. Don't get frustrated when new information comes out. Sometimes people just give up because what they heard 5 years ago is different than what they're hearing now, and they get irritated and they just don't do anything. Mm-hmm. Don't let that happen. New information comes out all the time. I mean, they used to say cigarettes were good for your health,
true.
50 years ago. So, just keep learning, keep working, and just keep trying to make little, small, incremental nutritional changes. For sure. All
good show.
Just be smart,
Yeah, yeah. And like I always say, bad eating habits are passed down. So, it goes from grandma to mom to kids to their kids. And so, if you can break that cycle and teach your kids to eat a little bit healthier, it will make a world of difference.
Stop trying to talk yourself into stuff. But a lot of people, have a cupcake and try to convince themselves that it's nutritional, good food.
Yeah. Quick question we got from Diana about yogurt. She says, "What yogurt does have some beneficial ingredients, right? What are you supposed to be looking for in yogurt?"
Yeah, good question. You look for it. It'll say live cultures. It will say live active cultures.
Okay.
And what you're looking for is the lactobacillus, which is the healthy bacteria that is in your gut.
Okay.
You see, our digestive system is lined with beneficial bacteria. Healthy bacteria. And what those bacteria do is they break down our food so that it can be absorbed. In fact, we couldn't live without them. And as a matter of fact, one interesting fact is we may actually have more bacteria cells in our body than we do our own human cells. That's how many of these cells we have lining our digestive tract.
But they're important.
They're very important. Yeah, healthy. And most people's are just thrown off. Most people's normal gut bacteria are way out of whack just because of their diet and
when you start taking an antibiotic, does it kill the good bacteria?
Yeah, sometimes they do. That's one of the problems. So you should always follow that up with a good probiotic. Digestive enzymes are also a good idea. Now, digestive enzymes are different than probiotics. Probiotics are the healthy bacteria that live in our gut. Digestive enzymes are the enzymes that break down our food before it gets to those bacteria. So, digestive enzymes and probiotics, if you have digestive problems, are a great idea.
All right.
And you get those at any health food store.
Yeah. Not expensive?
No, not expensive,
Reasonably
but important. Yeah,
good.
But
all
important.
Right. Good.
So cut out the sugar, guys. Cut out the carbs. Try to eat some healthy protein, leafy greens. You'll be fine.
Oh, we've been hearing that for years.
Yeah, and
it's just hard to do.
Yeah, it is hard to do. Yeah. So just find some leafy greens you like. It doesn't matter which ones.
Real quick, before you lost all your weight and got those abs and everything, did you eat a lot of sugar and carbs?
Yeah,
you did.
Terrible. Yeah.
You were terrible at it.
Yeah.
How did you stop like cold turkey? Did you wean yourself? How'd you do it?
Well, this has been a 4-5 year learning process, and it still is.
Would you have considered yourself fat?
I was in the morbidly obese category. Yeah.
Holy crap!
You were?
Yes.
You?
Yeah.
You?
For my height, yeah, or certainly the obese category. I don't know if I was in the morbidly obese, but I was in the obese category.
Wow.
I was a 40 waist. I went from a 40 to a 30 waist.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I was almost 240 pounds at one time.
And how tall are you? I'm going to get. Don't tell me if you don't want to.
5'10".
5'10".
Yeah, 5'10" and a half.
So yeah, you were pretty round.
Yeah.
And now this man he's cut. So tell me quickly the process. How did you? Because obviously you craved those things. Obviously you wanted those things because you ate them.
Right.
What made you stop craving them and stop eating them?
Well, I think a big change for me was when I had my son, which was right about the time I started making the decision that I needed to do something different than what I was doing when I was 40 years old, obese, and looking at in the eyes of a brand new boy. And if I wanted to see him graduate and maybe go through college and see grandkids one day, I knew I really needed to make a change. And so I think that was my big moment in my life where I realized, this is not going in the right direction here. And so that's when I started just really paying more attention and learning more about it and, just really getting into trying to see the best way that you can make changes the easiest and the most effective and the most permanently too. That's the other important thing.
For instance, people go ahead, Jim.
I was just going to say, having the willpower and the desire and staying focused is one of the things that makes a health coach such a great person to have in your corner too.
It does, yeah. By me being able to coach someone and say, you know what, I've been where you're at. Mm-hmm. This is what I did. This is what I've had many others do.
Were you coaching nutrition? Were you coaching people when you were overweight?
No.
Okay.
Nope. Sure wasn't. But this is something that I've been doing about the last 4 years, and I've developed some programs to really make this easier. And, things like healthy fats, reduce cravings. And, there's so many little tips that having a coach to actually sit and help you through these things.
Because for instance, a person that smokes cigarettes, a lot of them just say they try and they try and they try and they just can't get over the cravings hump.
Right.
And, obviously, like right this minute, if you told me to stop eating sweets, that's all I would think about. Mm-hmm. If you told me I couldn't have it, that's all I would think about from the moment you told me I couldn't have it.
Yeah.
And I was just wondering how you avoided the temptation, how you avoided giving in to those cravings.
The thing about the cravings, whenever you start to deny yourself of those things, is that's because your body's producing the insulin to digest those things, and it's not actually getting the sweets anymore. That only lasts the first couple of weeks. If somebody can get past that first 2 or 3 weeks and let their body just sort of hormonally change where it doesn't do that anymore, mm-hmm. then it's easy from there. I mean, I used to be the sweet, fanatic. And I don't even think about it anymore. Like, I don't have any kind of cravings for that at all.
Standing in line, you look over and there's a Snickers. You just don't want to just grab it?
I really have zero craving for it anymore because I've changed my metabolism to the point where I don't have that insulin production craving that I used to have. And so it's all really about, my program works about changing your physiology so that your body doesn't feel the need to add that sugar to the system. And it's fairly easy once you know how your hormonal levels work and how your system works. I mean, coaching someone to weight loss, it doesn't have to be as hard as people think it is.
Good for you, Chief. Yeah. Good, bravo. Hats off, because you've been there, done it, got the T-shirt.
Good.
And now, with them abs, you would take that T-shirt off. Take it off. All right. Wellness Wednesday, Dr. Kevin with the Bryant Wellness Institutes of Acadia on 835.
Thanks, Scott.